Right now, around 4,000 videos are going up about the GTA 6's extended look. People reacting to it. Everything you missed, every hidden detail, frame by frame breakdown. This is not that video. Because the craziest thing Rockstar said this week wasn't in the extended look at all. Believe it or not, it was said to a newspaper and to a couple of journalists in a room in Scotland. And almost nobody has done the actual math on it. So here's what we're doing today. There is a photograph hanging on a wall in a room inside GTA 6 that you will probably never walk into. And what Rockstar did to put that photograph there is genuinely unhinged. There's a number Rockstar gave to the New York Times that nobody has processed properly. There's an entire office building in Los Angeles that exists for one job. And when I tell you what that job is, you're gonna laugh. And if you bought a PS5 Pro, if you spent that money specifically so that this game would run better,
I need you to sit down.
because I've got bad news. By the end of this video, you're gonna know why GTA 6, a $2 billion game, is still 30 FPS, why the more expensive consoles don't fix it, and why neither of those is the failure everybody thinks it is. Because here's the part which will break your brain. It's not a graphics problem at all. So let's start with the number. Rockstar told New York Times that GTA 6 has over 600,000 NPC animations. 600,000! Now that number on its own means nothing. So let me put it against their own games. GTA 5 2013. 55,000 animations. Red Dead Redemption 2 2018, around 300,000. And think about what Red Dead 2 actually was. That's the game where snow left footprints, where mud stuck to your coat, where an NPC remembered that you were rude to them 3 days ago. That was already the most obsessive open world anybody had ever built, and it was 6 times GTA 5. So for GTA 6, Rockstar looked at Red Dead 2 and were like,
Yeah, double it.
roughly 11 times GTA 5. But here's the actual question. Animation isn't a texture. Animation isn't a building. And animation is a thing a person does. So what exactly is Rockstar making all of these people do? 600,000 animations, guys. This is Aaron Garber. He is the co-studio head of Rockstar North. And that's not a leaker, not a rumor account on Twitter. That is one of the actual people running the studio on the record. Here's what he said about the rooms in this game. Listen closely. Every room in the game, somebody thought about this. Who's sitting there, what they're drinking, the marks that are left on the table. The marks that are left on the table. Somebody at Rockstar sat down and decided what got spilled in a room that you might walk through for 11 seconds. That's not the unhinged part. This is. The pictures on the wall will have people that are in that room with their tattoos on their arms and their family behind them. The whole thing has been made and built and photographed and placed in this random room. You can go back and read that again. And I want to tell you something. Before I read a single interview, when I was just sitting there and watching the extended look, I was writing notes. I wrote everything has a personality. I wrote every place has its own culture. I wrote down the tattoos. I noticed it. I just didn't know why. This is why. These NPCs aren't generated. Nobody wrote an AI rule and just let computer fill out the whole city. Somebody made them by hand, one at a time. Oh, and that office building thing I mentioned at the starting of the video, Rockstar reportedly has an entire office in Los Angeles dedicated to NPCs. An entire building for the people that you would just drive past or run over. And look, I know how I sound right now. I sound like a guy who's just excited about a video game. So let's get somebody else to say it. This is Berkay Durson, a developer at IO Interactive, and he works on crowd systems. That's his actual job, building crowds in big games. Here's his verdict on what Rockstar is doing. At least 10 years ahead of the industry. And his point is specifically this. GTA 6 is simulating every single character individually, not a crowd, individuals. All of them at the same time. That's a guy who builds this stuff for a living, looking at it and saying,
We can do that.
that's the level of detail. Now let me show you the part where things actually just get stupid. Because detail on its own isn't impressive. Anybody can make a beautiful street. Rob Nelson, co-head of development at Rockstar, sat down with journalists before the reveal and gave them the numbers. The map is twice the size of GTA 5, 3 times the size of Red Dead Redemption 2. Vice City on its own is double the size of Los Santos, and his own playthrough took him 80 hours. Now here's why I keep saying this is insane. Normally when a game world gets bigger, it gets thinner. There's less substance, less detail to it. There's only so much attention that you can put, so much attention that can go around. So you make the map twice the size, the details get stretched twice as thin. Every open world ever made has had to pick one, big or dense. Rockstar doubled the map and multiplied the density by 11 at the same time. That does not come for free, as somebody has to pay for it, and you already know what did. Rob Nelson confirmed GTA 6 is currently running 30 frames per second on every console. And when he got asked about a 60 FPS option, he said they'd have to go and talk to the technical team about whether that's at launch or later. My prediction is that it's going to be later. Going to explain in a few seconds. And the internet immediately went, it's the console, PS5 is 6 years old, Rockstar got lazy. No, I told you at the start, it's not a graphics problem. Here's what's actually happening. Your console has two brains. You've got this GPU, the GPU draws the picture, lighting, reflections, shadows, resolution, everything you're looking at, that's the GPU. You've got the CPU. The CPU runs the world where every single person is, what they're doing, what they're about to do, the physics of every car, every boat, everybody on screen. And here's the thing nobody tells you. Drawing a crowd is easy. Deciding what all of them, every single one of them are doing is not. So the PS5 Pro is a GPU upgrade, better ray tracing, that PSSR upscaling, and it's genuinely a big bump at drawing the picture. The CPU barely moved, a fractional bump over the base PS5, almost nothing. And GTA 6's problem is the CPU, and the CPU is the same in both consoles. 600,000 animations worth of individually simulated people, physics on land, at sea, and in the air, all at the same time. So the entire PS5 Pro upgrade lands on the half of the console that was never struggling. It's like your kitchen is slow,
So you buy a bigger dining room.
the food will not come out faster. Digital Foundry looked at this properly. They said the crowd simulation in this game is an order of magnitude harder than the most demanding simulation games on console, and that the vehicle physics across ground, sea, and air are the kind of expensive that normally forces a game down to 30 frames. Their words, 60 is a bridge too far. They do think 40 frames is possible. That's the realistic hope. But understand what you're looking at here. Every single one of those 600,000 animations is a cost. Every handmade person, every individually simulated pedestrian, you don't even notice. That is not free. Somebody pays for it. Guess who paid for it? You did. Rockstar spent your frame rate on the crowd. Understand? Big brain. And the frame rate isn't the only bill. The delays, December 2023, we get the trailer, they say 2025, May 2025, pushed to May 2026, November 2025, pushed again to November 19th, 2026. 2 official delays, 3 different release dates. The other thing, first person mode, no details of it yet. Nelson reportedly said the game is built primarily around third person, and first person seems to be limited to aiming your weapon. GTA 5 shipped with a full first person mode. This one might not. And then there's GTA Online. Every official description of this game says the 3 words, single player experience. The biggest marketing moment of the year came in Vent, and nobody at Rockstar said a word about online. Now, was it worth it? 12 years later, over $1 billion, close to $2 billion, photographs in rooms you'll probably never walk into, playing at 30 frames per second. On November 19th, we'll find out ourselves.